What's up, guys? Welcome back to another 1v1 video. Today we have DudeNolann, who is another 1v1 content creator. I'm sure you guys know he is. DudeNolann, how you doing, man?
What's up? Okay, it's good to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Of course. So today we're doing something a little different. We're gonna do, aside from the regular gameplay, we're gonna be talking some 1v1 strategies and specifically placement strategies. I feel like there's a lot that I can learn, Nolan can learn, I'm sure everybody can learn, and so hopefully we can share each other's viewpoints on certain boards, certain strategies, and everybody has different play styles, so hopefully we can all benefit from this little class or session, shall I say.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
before we look at this board, let's talk about some general 1v1 things. What are some things that you look at as soon as you hop into a ranked game?
Okay, so the first thing I look at every single board, I try to look at the individual resources and their spots.
Mm-hmm.
So like wheat is kind of centered on the right, 5,
Mm-hmm.
9, 10, and then the 9 over there.
Yeah.
Brick is 5, 8, 11, or actually looks pretty weird with the 6 down there and then 3, 11.
Yeah.
So I try to look at each individual resource and uh, where they are located in the board and also what their numbers are.
Okay.
After that, I try to like look at like what would be the best individual spot for each resource.
Mm-hmm.
So like what's the best spot for sheep here? There's 2, 12, 4, 4. So like the best spot for sheep, like is it the 4, 8, 10 on the bottom right? Maybe like a 3, 4, 6 up top doesn't look bad either.
Yeah.
And then kind of go through all that. What's the best spot for ore? What's the best spot for wheat? And
Okay.
kind of get that's how I analyze the board
Okay.
at first.
So, first step, we look at individual resources. And do you have a preference in the order that you do these in?
I try to do it as fast as I can. I wouldn't say I have like a preference, but I think I'm tending to look at wheat and ore first.
Okay.
What does the wheat look like? What does the ore look like? Because those are the two strongest resources.
Yeah.
Um, and then from there, probably just, pretty much as quick as I can. What is the brick? What is the sheep? And what does the wheat
Yeah.
look like?
I mean, you have 60 seconds, and by the time that you actually look
That's
at
the
it, it's
thing.
like 50. Because
Yeah, for sure, for
the
sure.
first 10 seconds go away so fast. It's like you just hop into a game, you're kind of like readjusting the board
Yeah,
size and stuff.
yeah, yeah. It's like that meme where my eyes are just like zooming, like
Yeah,
like looking all over, like scanning the board. Yeah.
literally. Okay, so we look at the individual resources. We look at the spots that give us the best of those resources. Something I want to add to that is looking at coordinated rolls. This board
Yeah.
specifically doesn't have any coordinated rolls, and so when I say coordinated rolls, I mean wheat or wood brick. So,
Yeah.
oh, actually, there's coordinated eights here. I see it. So the wood brick is the coordinated eights, which when you have a coordinated eight or a six on a or wheat or brick wood, it's huge, because there's so
For
many
sure.
times where we have that you can have a lot of production, but if they're coming in at weird times and you're 3 for 1 and you're 4 for 1 versus somebody who has efficient production, it actually could be better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I definitely like the coordinator roles. I think sometimes a little bit it can kind of be like luck of the dice too.
hmm
Because if you're coordinated on eights and eights are just like that game, like you definitely can feel it.
yeah,
But on the other side, like if eights are hitting, like you're gonna feel it on that side too.
yeah,
Coordinator
or
roles can
yeah,
definitely be powerful. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so this sport specifically, let's take a look at it. The first thing that stands out to me, and you already mentioned this, is that the six of ore. It's
Yeah, for
by
sure.
far, even if you take the 3 and 11, it's only 4 pips. So the six of ore, as soon as I hop in, I see this board, I'm like, okay, can I take 693? Is it viable? What would second take? And so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So there's definitely a couple things. I think you definitely can take 693 as first here.
Uh huh.
If you did take that as second, my best thing that I could probably do is like the 8, 4, 10, 6, 3, 11.
8, 4,
Uh,
10, 6, 3.
Actually
Okay.
though, I could actually probably do 8, 4, 10, and maybe 6, 3, 4 and
Okay.
point down
Okay.
and pick up either side of that double or spot. If you did 693, you would need sheep and brick on the way back. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, actually, if I did do that, if I broke up that 6, 4, 11 spot,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have a hard time getting both resources on the way back with 693.
Mm-hmm. That is that is very, very true. So we said 8, 4, 10, 6, 4, 3 would be a pretty good counter pick to this.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
The only thing, so there's two options left. Let's say someone takes 693 first. First option is you take 511 4, play Orby cheap. So something like
Yeah.
this, something like this. You do have two of everything. You're sharing the 4, so it's not getting blocked as often. That is one option. The other option is you play 6 9 12 into this, which,
Six nine
I,
twelve into like 6 5 11 or something.
or even this. But yeah,
Five
ideally
nine twelve.
this. But and you actually, oh, you could win the race. You would need an 11 without beating the 8. So
Yeah.
it'd be tough, but you could get into this though, and the 6 would have to roll a lot. So maybe 693 isn't the first best pick here. Talking about it,
I
what
think
else?
it's a little bit. It could be a little bit of a trap, but it's
Yeah,
like, how do you not pick the 6 or those
yeah.
first?
So
Like if you didn't pick that and leave me that, I think there's tons of, great options for me to pair the 6 9 3 as
yeah,
second.
yeah, that is true. So let's talk about it. Let's see. What is something else that's really good on this board? That 8 4 10 is the best brick. So let's say somebody's
Yeah,
more of a road player and they take that 8 4 10 point up.
8 4 10 point up. What would I do? Let's see. I
Yeah,
mean, honestly, I'd probably do what I was talking about earlier. I would do the 6 9 3 with the 6 4 11,
yeah, I like that a lot. And then 693
and then
point.
hope to get this. Probably, honestly, towards the 6 5 12 for my second week.
Yeah, and then the first player he's probably gonna take 8 4 3 point right, build into the 311, the 6 3 11. I mean,
6 3 11. Yeah.
yeah,
That's true though. That actually does feel pretty strong though for
yeah,
first. That might be a better setup for first than the other one.
yeah. I
Like
agree.
especially if you can get that 5 9 10,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or even the 5 4 11, to be honest, either one. And set up like a your road network that way.
Yeah. So I think
Maybe it is the 8 4 10.
for first, I think 8 4 10 gives you the best chance. But this
Yeah.
this is what I would call actually a pretty even board. Because you know how there's some boards that are really catered to the first or second pick, mainly the first.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
this looks like a pretty good board. So
I think
let's
it's even. Yeah.
let's go ahead and place it out so we have a better visual representation of it.
Okay. So yeah, what would I do? Would I commit to 6 9 3 4 6 11 here?
Yeah,
Thinking
is
for a
that
second
the
more.
best option? I think it is because my out is that top left corner, and
Yeah.
you can't take 6. Like 6 4 3 and 6 9 3 is already cheap,
I
but at that point you might as
You
well take
actually have a
six
lot
four
of
eleven.
outs. Yeah. And even if I did try and like break that up a little bit, like I could like do the 3 4 6 to break up the 8 4 3, but and you still have like the 6 5 11
Mm-hmm.
point left.
Yeah, I like 8 4 10 here. This is a good first pick.
Yeah, I think you're right for sure.
And so, see, this is why we do these types of videos, guys. So, because
Yeah.
initially, sometimes me, you, a lot of people that are playing 1v1, they're like, oh, 6 or, and they'll immediately take it. And
Yep.
then it takes some
Sometimes it's
time
hard
to,
not to, yeah.
yeah. And I get it. You don't have 5 hours to pick, but
That's the thing. Yeah. It's hard to do it in 60 seconds.
yeah,
That's really what it comes down to.
yeah.
It's can you find the right picks in the 60 seconds
Hmm.
that it gives. And I
But
think doing these types of training videos really helps you hone in on how to do that quickly.
I agree. I was just about to say, if you can't even do it slowly, how are you gonna do it fast?
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so we take
Oh,
the
I think
six.
I messed up. I probably wanted to point right there. I wasn't really thinking.
Uh, I mean, it does. It is interesting. So let's say 6 9 3
Doesn't
right.
cut you off.
It does cut me off, but I could come around from the bottom because you would need an 11 before I need 2 8s.
Mm-hmm. You could even just take the 6 3 11 here, possibly. Maybe get another city.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Actually, 6 3 11 might be even better. That being said, I think actually, yeah, I think you're right. 6 4 11, the road should go right into more wheat because
Yeah,
if
into week for sure.
if I take 6 3 11 here and then I beat you to 11 5 4, you're stuck on the 9 wheat. But the good thing is I will build into 5 9 10 and we'll have a lot of wheat for you to steal. But
That's true.
let's see. Let's
You're
see if
not
I
gonna say.
do this. Pointing up and hoping.
Good luck for the 8. It's
Good luck for
possible.
the
I
it
definitely,
is
I
it
definitely
is
do that play sometimes.
it is interesting. But how good is it really? Like I could just point left and still build onto 310, even 8-3 maybe. Okay. So let's 25 minutes is perfect. So we won't get kicked out. So let's look at this. Now that everything's placed out, first position has the 8-4-10, 6-3, 11, every single resource. Second position has 6-9-3, 6-4, 11, every single resource. 6 is a really good roll for second.
Yeah.
What's a really good roll here? Obviously the 3-11 and then the 8 and 10. So after placing it out, what do you think?
I mean, I gotta be honest. If I had a choice here to pick either position, I'd probably pick yours.
Mm-hmm. I think I agree too because the expansions are so good. This 5-9-10.
Expansions are just crazy. The 5-9-10 is crazy, and like people who are, have a tendency to like dismiss the threes and the 11s,
Mm-hmm.
but especially with balanced dice, like
Yeah.
they're going to hit.
Yeah.
They're going to hit, especially if you have both 3 and 11. Like that's uh like I can definitely I'll count on a 3 and 11 more than I'll count on a single 10 or a single 4.
Yeah.
Like
I agree too, and especially if because you can expand to the 310 and the 9-10-11, you double both of those up. That city on that
yeah,
6-3-11 is actually pretty good.
you're right. That's crazy. Yeah, and then you just need like 1-3 or 1-11, and
Yeah.
then you can have a ton of weak support. Like yeah,
Exactly. And if this position, the 8-4-10 guy, gets a couple knights, blocks the 6 ore, it's tough.
yeah, and it's just over.
It's
It's over. Yeah.
tough. Okay, okay. So I like that we placed this out and took a look at it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. How you would have placed this sport differently. What would you have taken as first? Second, where would you have pointed your roads? I think aside from pointing the 6-4-11 road left, I think we pretty much did a good job on this board.
Yeah, I think I would have changed my road right, but then other than that,
Yeah,
I don't really see what else I would have taken that second if you take the 8-4-10.
yeah. And I think
Yeah.
it'd still be a close game. And if 11 rolls early, build onto double wheat, it is interesting.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm never forfeiting early. Like I'm definitely playing out every board I get
Yeah,
to. Like the dice can definitely favor me here.
yeah.
So if I started early, like I'm definitely not out of this,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you have the advantage going in.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's because the 8 brick, so there's a 5-11-8, but nobody's ever taking 5-10-2, and the 11 brick is so much weaker than the 8. So it is
Right?
interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. That
Yeah.
was awesome. Let's hop into another board. We're going to talk about general strategies in 1v1. Some people lean towards OWS, some people lean towards road building. What do you lean towards, Nolan?
I think it depends on the board for sure. I mean, you,
Mm-hmm.
you have to analyze the board, and every board is different.
Yeah.
So you have to see what the board provides you. But I gotta say, honestly, probably like literally like probably 70% of my games, my main focus is I want road and army.
Yeah.
I think capturing road and army is just so huge,
Mm-hmm.
especially in 1v1. And honestly, the way that I think about it for road and army is that like for each one, largest army gives me 2 points, but
Yeah.
it's more than giving me 2 points. It's taking away two potential points
Yeah.
from my opponent.
It's a 4-point
So
swing.
even though it only shows, yeah, that's exactly. It shows
Yeah.
2 points, but it honestly is like a 4 point swing.
Yeah.
So
Very true.
taking road and army, that's an 8 point swing,
Mm-hmm.
which is literally half the points you need.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
obviously it depends on every board, but my main focus I think is road and army most games.
yeah, and that's a very good point. I think somebody do the calculation for me on this. I know it is possible to win without Rotor Army. I've lost
Oh, for
against
sure,
that,
yeah,
but you have
yeah,
to
for
have a
sure,
certain amount of VPs. So
yeah.
someone in the
I think
comments
you need one VP at least.
do that
I
do
think
that
it's 14.
calculation.
It's 4 cities is 8 points, 5 settlements is 13 points. So you would need two VPs to win without
Okay.
Rotor Army.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay. Ooh, it's scary though. Without Rotor Army,
Yeah,
it's scary.
yeah. I think I've gotten a couple games like that, but definitely like that's not typical
Yeah, which
for me.
is a perfect point of talking about advantages. 1v1 is really important about securing a certain advantage, whether that's, okay, I'm going to take army this game or I'm going to take road this game. Because, like Nolan said, if you give up both, that's 8 points. It's going to be really, really hard for you to win. And so
Yeah.
let's use that and let's look at the second board here.
I mean, right away I see like the 10-8-5 on the bottom right because wheat is like all in the right side.
Yeah, it's all on the right side.
Yeah. If I took 10-8-5, like what would you have to do for wheat there?
Oof. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Maybe like a 6-3-11 point into the 3-8-4, maybe. Let me see here.
So if this was like the 60-second timer, let's just say we didn't have a lot of time. Without any time, if someone takes that 8-10-5, I'm looking at the 8-4-3-6-3-11 right.
8-4-3-6-3-11. Yep, for sure.
Build into
And
the
then yeah, if
3-4.
you get that spot, then yeah, if you build into the 8-3-4, then that's crazy. Yeah.
So it's interesting with that 8-10-5. If you want ore, you would have to take 6-3-9 and play ore with sheep. Or
Mm.
if you want wood, you could take up top 9-10-5 into wood port. So 8 10
Mm.
5. It's interesting. It's
Actually,
interesting. It might
yeah,
not be the correct first pick here.
it is interesting. What about possibly an 8-10-5 left
Uh huh.
and a 9-5-6 right? What I'm seeing
9 5
is you can
6
pick
right.
up the 11 ore for a little bit.
Yeah.
The wheat port up top could be crazy.
Yeah.
And then the 8-10-5, if you pointed left, if you build an extra road and got to the 6-9-2, if that was left for you,
Yeah, but you would need 3 10s,
that's true.
which isn't impossible.
You
But
could
it,
start with one, so you need two.
well, if you're picking first as 8-10-5,
Oh, right.
you
Let me
would
pick
need,
him.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
would
you're
need
right.
three
Pick
three
first.
tens, which is difficult. Which is
That is
difficult.
true. That's a good point. Yeah.
But I like the wheat port play and the wood port play up top. It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think 8-4-3-6-3-11 looks a little better because you build into 11-3-4 and you probably get into 6-3-9 too.
So then what would I take here as first then, knowing all that?
Yeah. What about uh, so let's look at the ore then. It was we looked at the wheat. Let's look at the ore. Is it possible to take either of those ore spots? 8-4-3-6-3-9.
I mean, possibly, but I think you'd just be looking at basically what you said earlier. If you took either of those spots, you'd be looking at getting like the 6-3-11 back.
Mm-hmm. You know what's interesting about this board? 6-3-11 is the only wood wheat spot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And so it pairs really nicely with 8-4-3 or 6-3-9.
No way you take the 6-3-11 as
Dude,
first.
no,
No
there's no
way.
way. There's no way. There's just no way.
There's
There's
no way. You can't do
I wouldn't take it. I'm just making an observation. Guys, don't take the 6-3-11.
that.
Okay.
But you're right though. Like maybe this is just a second placement leaning board, honestly, because of that 6-3-11.
Mm-hmm. How do we give ourselves the best fighting chance at first? The one good thing is there are coordinated eights here.
Yeah.
But if you take 8-4-3 first, second take 6-3-9, 6-3-11, then it's awkward, right? What are you gonna take 8-10-5? You don't have any sheep or wood.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is a little bit of an awkward board, but I can't see anything where I don't take 8-10-5.
8-10-5, 9-10-5 playoff woodport.
Yeah. And then I can circle back to like the 5-6-11 more wood.
Yeah, there has to be. The only thing that sucks is the 10, like you would need it twice just to settle on woodport. And then
Yeah, you're right.
you don't even have you have no ore.
No ore. I gotta say, I mean, this definitely looks like a tough board, but I have definitely won games with no ore and like
Mhm.
just ports.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
not impossible. It doesn't necessarily look super friendly, but I think it can definitely work out.
No, I agree as well. Okay,
Yeah.
since this is all trial and error, what if first take
Yeah.
6-11-3?
You want me to do it?
Yeah, do it. Let's do it. Do it and point right. Oh, okay. I was actually talking about the other 6-3-11. I meant the one
Oh, really?
the
Oh,
one
I didn't even
it's all
notice.
good. It's all good. So I was actually thinking about that 6-3-11 pointing right, racing for the 11-3-4
Interesting.
because
I see.
the yeah. It's yeah. I was thinking about that because it takes away the 6-5-11. That's what I was thinking about. But
Okay.
This way, okay, now that we're here, it's similar. It's a similar setup anyway. The good part about this is that you can actually start with a 10 of brick now. And
Yeah.
you don't have to wait for 2 or 3 10s. You just have to wait for 1 10 now with the coordinated 10s. This way, huh? What if you... So as second, I like this now.
Really?
Because that 110 like takes away. It takes a longer time.
Yeah.
But then let's say you take that 6-3. Oh, so the reason that I wanted the other 6-3-11 is because you can
Hold
take
your spot, yeah.
8-4-3 instead of, because now you have to take 6-9-3, and you need a 3. But on the 8-4-3, you can have a 4 or a 3. So you have more brick. That's why I like the 6-3-11 with the sheep.
Yeah, I
But
see what you're saying.
so like now you're forced into a 6-9-3 play.
I mean, maybe I could honestly I don't really love it, but like if I
Four.
did 4-9-11, that would give me a better shot to get the 8-3-4,
Uh-huh.
and then that would also leave me expansions 8-3-4 and 3-9-6.
Yeah. I was, yeah, I'm hovering my mouse over right now as you were saying it. You could even do 4-5-11. It would just take a little longer to get into 8-4-3 and 6-3-9. But yeah, 4-9-11,
Yeah,
you would need 1-4, 1-3, two
I need the
sixes.
three. I would need the three, yeah.
This guy needs 1-10 and a 9.
Yeah, so
Oh.
it doesn't look great.
Okay.
I think you win that race, but um yeah, I don't know,
Hmm.
6-3-11. But maybe the other 6-3-11. And then I could build in the 11-3-4.
Yeah, with the other 6-3-11, you can't take 8-4-3, which is a little better. But
That's true.
it's
Yeah.
still see, like, giving 8-10-5 to second is good. Because they just need 1-10 and they build straight into 8-3-4.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't have any ore, but that wood port and weak port is so strong, dude.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think this is a board that's better for second.
Bit of a tough one, actually.
This is a tough one, but in the real game, yeah, I mean that 8-10-5 bottom right looks good.
Yeah. Right. With the 60 seconds that I would have had, I
Yeah.
don't think I would have found anything stronger than 8-10-5. And then to see what I get left, I either get like a 3-9-6 down there, an 8-3-4, a 9-5-10.
Yeah. So if they took 8-10-5 in a real game, yeah, I'd probably take 6-11, 8-4-3 and try to race.
Yeah.
And you would need a 4. You would need a 4 and a 3 before 2 10s. Oh, that'd be a big race. That'd be a really big
Yeah.
race. But the thing is, if second wins that race, I think first position just loses because they don't have ore. And what would they build to? This? Maybe backtrack to the woodport. Maybe you point this road
Yeah.
up. This is such a big race. Oh, this is an ugly board.
Yeah, this is an ugly board.
Dude, like after you put it down, I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" Let me know in the comments down below. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about this one. This is definitely an interesting one. I still don't think 6-3-11 is the right pick,
No.
but just for entertainment purposes and learning purposes, it
Yeah.
could end up something like this. If somehow the 4 and 3 outroll the 10, and you get 8-3-4 though, dude, I think you win.
In this setup,
Yeah, because
if somehow if I prayed hard enough and I got a 3 off the bat, a
and a
4
4.
and two sixes before you get a single 10
And a
and
9.
what you start with
And a 9.
a 9, yeah. Then I would win. Yes, that's right.
Okay, but the good news is even if you don't win that race and you build
Yeah,
into the 6-3-9, 8-4-3, this pink guy would have a lot of wheat to steal,
that's true.
which is
Yeah,
good. And you have
that
road
is
path
true.
right
Yeah,
now. So it's not over. I think this could still be a good game.
possibly. And like it's not great, but the 11-4 expansion is always there too, just to pick up the extra wheat.
Yeah. That's true.
It's
Double up
not
the
great,
11
but
too.
yeah,
But once you get onto 8-4-3, you get more brick, match up with the 6
yeah,
of wood. You get
yep,
the air
yeah.
8. Yeah, dude, it'd be good.
And honestly, I could get the 843, the 396, and then Orport
Or
is right there
port.
as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
and
for
still have a road
pink
wall.
to connect road, they would waste 2 roads through the middle because there's no settle spots. And so, unless they
Yeah,
settle
and
here first.
especially if you're right, if I took the other 6311 and broke that up better.
Yeah, exactly. This
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
it secures road for you. If they settle here first, the problem is their 10 gets blocked, and now they're flooded with wheat.
yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, okay. So,
Interesting.
in conclusion, I actually would pick Green's position in this board.
Really? How it's laid out right now?
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Dude, I needed the other
I
six
was gonna
three.
say hi. What'd you say?
I needed the other 6-3-11, dude.
Yeah.
I think that in itself is a good example of different play styles. Just me and you have different play styles in
Yeah.
that sense. We're here with the third and final board. I'm glad we got this board because there's so many times that we get up this type of situation. And I feel like 90% of the times people love to break it up. Everybody loves taking this 6-5-10 here. So let's take a look
Mm-hmm.
and see if on this specific board the 6-5-10 is the correct pick.
Mm-hmm.
If I take 6-5-10, what do you take a second?
I have to take the 643.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's not great things to pair it with because you're looking for sheep and brick on the way back. Like possibly a 4911, but that feels pretty weak to be honest.
Ooh, yeah.
Um, the 643 358 almost feels a little bit better. Start with no sheep.
Uh-huh.
You're hoping to pick up maybe the 924, but you probably honestly don't get that because if you took six five
You
ten,
would
I
just
mean,
take
you'll
that.
probably take like,
Yeah.
yeah, this does feel a little rough as second here.
Right? If you have 8-5.
There's gotta be something though. I'm a big believer in most boards. There's a path to victory
No, there is.
for
Yeah.
both.
I think
Uh,
there are
most
lopsided boards and the win percentage might be like, okay, you have a 35% chance of winning this board, but
but it's
there's a
never it's
reason.
never that.
There's a reason
Yeah,
that the top players have like 70% win rates. And
yeah,
so it is
yeah.
there is
There is a winning
something.
condition.
You know what's interesting though? What if you take 6-9-12-8-5-3?
6, 9, 12, 8, 5, 3. Actually, that's starting to that might feel better. You pick up the three sheep, I guess.
So you start off with
Uh,
the 12 sheep,
yeah,
and then what would he? You could still take 6-4-3 as the other position, and you start sheepless, but you do the 8-5-3 left. You do the 6-9-12
left.
left. Yep.
Or
You could
you could
you could
actually
even do right
race it.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, you could race for it.
He would need yeah, you guys would both need the 5.
I could even take the road possibly and not take the sheep. I was looking to plow that.
Mhm. Mhm. But I mean, is it how good of a plow is it? It makes your 9 very blockable.
Yeah,
It does give you double wheat though, but you could just get double wheat by getting into that 11-4-5 in the
four.
middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that would be interesting because if you do 6-9-12 left, 8-5-3 left, his two options are he takes 9-4-2 and tries to races to the 6-4-3, or
Yeah.
he takes 6-4-3 left and tries to settle on the 9-2-4. But
Yeah.
he'd have to port. What would he port? Look at like the numbers. Looking at 6-5-10, 6-4-3. There's no way you're rolling. I mean, you could roll 3 6s, but if you're
You
porting
probably have
all,
to end up porting wheat, like eventually, and
yeah,
that you're right, that might take a
it
while.
might take a while. And at that point, if nines roll, dude, you can get a city.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
What about 6-10-9 as first?
6 10 9 is first. Feels pretty strong. 6 9 10, and you love the wheat and the ore spots. But that might leave a little bit
Oh.
for me. Yeah, it's reconnect. You're going, it's only gonna give you like one more though, and the third one's gonna kick you.
Okay, let me just click around.
I don't think that works, to be honest. I tried that last time.
Oh, okay, I have to actually settle. Okay. So if you took
You have
six
to settle by 15 minutes.
oh,
If you
okay,
took
okay.
6, 9, 10, I would be left with, let me see. Uh, Actually, that still doesn't really feel great either.
The only out though is 9 4 11.
Yeah, but you probably honestly get left with it. Maybe not. I mean, I'd have
No.
to.
8 5 3
Would
9
you take a 8, 5, 3, 9, 4, 11?
8 5. Yeah. And then point up.
Yeah, you have to pray for the 6.
No, he could just take 6 4 3 though.
You'd only be on 3 resources at that point.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, no, that's not that good.
Maybe that would work, yeah. Like a 3, 5, 8, nine,
Yeah.
four, 11.
Yeah, yeah,
Start with
yeah.
the road
And then you kind of
towards
force him into like 3 4 11 on the left, dude. And then point up into like the 8. But then this top position is better actually.
if it ended up being like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think 6, 9, 10. I think is the right. I think yeah, 6, 5, 10.
Yeah, so I think 6 5 10 is still correct. And then is the consensus 8 5 3 6 9 12 for this? See, the reason being.
Honestly, yeah, because like you can definitely take the 6, 4, 3
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you take 6 4 3.
I mean, like originally, I think I said 6, 4, 3, 9, 11, 4.
Yeah.
That way it breaks up what you need. I could possibly point down towards the 3, 5, 8.
Yeah. Yeah. The production is so
It's
low though.
definitely hard making roads though. I'm on the 3 and the 11.
You would
I want to
need.
start with one of them.
It's just low everything,
Yeah.
and your expansions are so bad. Like,
I think if I put that set up, the expansions would be okay.
I mean, first could literally just take 8 5 3 and build into 6 3 12,
Yeah, that's true.
and then you'd have just the 4 of wheat, just the 3 of brick, and just an 11, 3 of wood.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that 6, 5, 10 spot's hurt. And then
Dang,
yeah,
dude.
maybe I do have to take 8, 3, 5, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm sure somebody in the comments is gonna come with something better, but
Trying to find something, but
can't see anything else better because that 6 4 3 doesn't really pair with anything.
yeah. Yeah, this is a bit of a tough one.
Mm-hmm. I think that is the way. So then, at as first, is it better to take 6 4 3 left, or try to race? Because it'd just be it'd be a luck race. You both need the fives,
Both need the fives, yeah. So
but
does the 5 roll on my turn or does it roll on your turn?
exactly, exactly.
I think honestly, I'm inclined to take the 6, 4, 3 and port for the sheep.
See something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The good thing is this person could get an early city if 2 6s roll. But the problem with this is actually 8 5 3 could come out to this settle spot.
The 9, 4, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'd probably race for in this setup as green. I think that's my first objective is racing for that 9, 4, 11.
Yeah.
I need the sheep anyway, and
Mm-hmm.
that breaks up your spot.
Mm-hmm. And actually, it might
But again,
even.
we're both on the. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it might even. It's risky, but you could take 8 5 3 and hope a 12 rolls.
That is definitely risky. I would be big praying for the 12 there.
Hey, it's the 2 or 12
Um,
rolls in the first 12, so
they. Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It would be interesting. It would be interesting.
It would be
But
interesting. Yeah,
the
that
point
might
we
give me the slight advantage because we are still in the same 5 brick.
exactly,
So I mean,
exactly. That's what I was
yeah,
thinking. The thing that we
yeah,
talked about earlier is that this pink guy, like, what is he porting? You know, that's the thing that makes it a little tough to port
yeah.
wheat.
It's either wood or wheat, I think.
Yeah,
But also, sometimes on like these situations where you need to end up like porting for the sheep, maybe you just take the early city
yeah,
if you get it,
yeah.
and that'll just and then two sixes, and then you have your sheep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think that would be the way here too, is trying to get an early city and then hopefully by then build into 592 or something.
Yeah. And even if I do end up because you take the city first, if that allows me to get the three, or if that allows me to get the 9-4-11, you still have like the extra road out to 5-9-2, and I think that's still good
Yeah.
for the
However,
10-5-9.
the green position, if nines roll, it's the same thing. He can get early city too. You need two
Yeah, that's
nines,
true.
two nines or two sixes basically come up with the early city. And so
If
this
I
this
did do that though, I would be leaving my sheep vulnerable, the sheep that I need.
yeah, yeah, not ideal, not ideal. Unless there
But
was
possible, yeah.
a city settle play, that would be amazing.
That'd be crazy, yeah.
Okay, so for the final third and final board, what position do you like better here?
As it's placed out, I think I'm inclined to Pink's position.
I think I lean towards pink as well, which makes sense. That 6-5-10 is strong,
Yeah, that 6-5-10 is strong.
but
You got double wheat already. You're probably getting that 9-10, which is a strong spot.
mm-hmm. But green, I think we've done a good job of giving green a good chance here, though,
I think so
because
as well. I think even though that 6-5-10 hurts a lot, I think this board is probably closer to like a 55-45
yeah,
kind of board.
I agree. I agree. I think once again it'd be hard to spot all this in 60 seconds, but
Exactly.
placed out like this, there's a good chance like you settle here, you get maybe even if you don't beat him for your first, you settle here, double up that 5, and now you're moving pretty nicely. If he really wants to come out here, you backplow this. It's it could work.
Yeah, and also if like you're focused about getting your city and then your port to get your sheep, like you might leave that plow open for me for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
if the right rolls happen, I might take that plow eventually.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? You could even settle this first instead of trying to go out here. So you can double up this 5. And if he wants to protect this, that's a road wasted. At that point, you might even be able to beat him out here. So I don't even know if they could protect this, but then they would need that extra 5 just to even come out here plus the port. So
Right.
yeah, it is interesting. That's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before we go, Nolan, give one final overarching general tip for everybody.
One overarching tip, everybody play Catan. Use the time that you have. So many people try to play fast, quick pass. I don't like playing like that. They give you each time for each roll. Even if you know what you're doing, start thinking about the next move and the next and the next and the next move. Use the time that you have, play slower.
I like that. I like that a lot. You know why? Because it also tilts other opponents. People get
Yes,
so
yes, it
mad.
is a tilt meta. Yes, that's right. And it's part of it. Get them mad, get them angry, get them thinking about how slow I'm playing.
Yep.
While they're thinking about that, I'm thinking about the game.
No, you're so right, guys. So, if you've learned anything from the 40 minutes you spent with us today, guys, it's just play slower. That'll do it for today. Nolan, thank you so much. Good luck with the rest of the season and the tournament coming up.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Good luck for you in the tournament. I hope to see a lot of you guys out there. Thanks for inviting me to talk about strategy today. It was a lot of fun. So appreciate you and good luck next game.
Thank you, man. Take care.